Hello everyone. For this discussion board this week, I decided to speak about Mercy Otis Warren. Now, Mercy Otis Warren is considered by many to be the very first American woman to write primarily for the public rather than just for herself. She was actually the sister of James Otis, who was involved in the events leading to the American Revolution. And it was her close proximity to many political leaders such as John Adams, her brother James Otis, and even her husband James Warren, and her close proximity to the national events around her that gave substantial value to her writing on the American Revolution. Now, Mercy Otis Warren was famously known as the First Lady of Revolution. In an age where women were encouraged and expected to keep silent on political matters, she was a published poet and a political playwright. She wrote many political dramas and plays that criticized British colonial leaders and denounced British policies. She was actually a part of the Boston Tea Party and boycotts of British imports, and also urged other women to participate as well. Another thing many people probably don't know about Mercy Otis Warren was her close relationship to John and Abigail Adams. She even maintained a lifelong friendship with John Adams, which included many letters on the nature of the Republic. Now, when she married James Warren, they would have household parties and invite different political leaders over, and this is how they actually formed a relationship with John Adams and Abigail Adams. They were two of the people that they invited over, and they began talking, and the relationship just kind of blossomed from there. Now, Mercy Otis Warren refused to stay within the stipulations that were expected of women at that time. She chose to stand up for what she believed in and continued to grow many important political ties in the process, like the one with John Adams. And it was these important political ties that made what she was saying so relevant in a time where what women were saying wasn't really regarded as important. But because she maintained these close relationships with people of importance, she was able to get her words out and heard. Now, she gave women a voice in such an important time. A time, like I said, where women weren't really expected to speak out on issues. It was more keep it to yourself, don't speak about it, things like that. And she wasn't afraid to say what she was thinking and what her feelings and opinions were on the situations. Now, the three works I would really encourage everyone to take a look at, Jeffrey Richards, Nancy Stewart, and Rosemary Zagarai, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. All three have works regarding Mercy Otis Warren that can be found through our Jerry Falwell Library. I'll also post the references for these works in my abstract, that way you have easier access. But all three of those works hit on her early life, from birth to her marriage, to her career, to being famously named the First Lady of Revolution. And all different works bring a different perspective, not just a historical biography, so to speak, but also kind of hint on things she did and things that she published within her playwrights or her political dramas, and kind of what they stood for and what they meant to the time. And one of the works actually contains correspondence with John Adams through those letters I mentioned earlier. So I encourage everyone to take a look if you have some time. And again, I'll post those links to the sources in my abstract. Everyone have a nice week.